Welcome. A beautiful place, isn't it? A fresh sea breeze, the warm sun. This beach belongs just to you. It doesn't exist out in the world. Everything you see here is from the past, your past. One of your ancestors visited this place long ago, forever writing their memory into the fabric of your DNA. Animus Ego unlocks these genetic memories for you. To sense, wander, and connect. Like grains of sand which began as rocks, you have been shaped by these past lives, honed into who you are today.
You've been lied to.
Your journey to mindfulness begins through these ancestral memories for a total perspective on what makes you you.
New memory streams are activating now.
Erase self-doubt, fear, and weakness. Give yourself the confidence to conquer the world.
Follow the trail and we'll be in touch. Welcome to the dark.
Can you see her? Man the cannons!
Our helmsman's dead! Someone take the wheel! Bring us close, Kenway! We can scuttle her!
Fire!
Is it dangerous? Edward? Privateering, is it dangerous?
Wouldn't pay so nice if it weren't.
Why not sail with the King's Navy, earn a proper wage, sail under gentlemen?
Sod the Navy's gentlemen. For every shilling I'd earn, the captain gets 600. That's no way to earn a fortune.
We don't need a fortune.
It's not about need, Caroline. I want food that don't make me sick. I want walls that hold back the wind. I want a decent life.
How long would you be gone with these privateers?
A year, I reckon. 2 at the most.
All right. No more than 2. Promise me.
Sod it! Damn!
Was it good for you as well?
Havana. I must get to Havana.
Well, I'll just build us another ship, will I?
I can pay you. Isn't that the sound you pirates like best? 100 escudos.
Keep talking.
Will you or won't you?
You don't have that gold on you now, do you?
Bloody fucking pirates!
I'm on to you, Snakesby!
Follow and I'll kill you!
Come on, mate. We're off to a bad start. We could work together on this. It's 100 leagues or more to Havana. Will you walk that distance?
distance!
Gosh, git. Where's he running to?
Forget what I said. We can start over.
You vulture!
This one vanishes into shadow. And now we've drawn swords, mate. I'm beginning to think you're not keen on my aid.
My business bears greater purpose than a thief like you could comprehend. I warned you.
Why the ill temper? Hiding something? We don't have to fight. Let's make a deal.
Filthy cutpurse!
That looks painful.
Die, you leech! You should have scarfed it, Reaver.
Senor Duncan Walpole, I accept your most generous offer and await your arrival with eagerness. If you truly possess the information we desire, we have the means to reward you handsomely. Though I will not know your face by sight, I believe I can recognize the costume made infamous by your secret order. Therefore, come to Havana in haste, and trust that you shall be welcomed as a brother. Su más humilde servidor, el gobernador Laureano Torres y Ayala.
Mr. Walpole, let's collect your reward. Now to find my way off this bleeding rock.
what's gone ahead to Kingston. We're to commandeer this ladder's ship and follow.
Sorry, Kingston? No, our destination is Havana. I'm just a merchant.
Quiet, you bleeding pirate. You'll hang for the mess you made out there.
Sir, I had nothing to do with this attack. My crew and I had merely anchored to water and resupply.
Hold it! Stop them! Give me one reason I shouldn't vent your
Prepare
skull.
your coffin. Take my sugar. Take anything you like. Ah!
What?
By God's grace, sir, you saved me. A profusion of thanks.
Is that yours?
It is my vessel, yes. But here lies its poor captain, and I have no art for sailing.
I can pilot her myself, no mind.
You don't mean to abscond with my ship, do you?
I'm Duncan. What's your name, friend?
Steed Bonnet.
Well, Mr. Bonnet, let this stay twixt us. But I'm on a secret errand for His Majesty the King, God save him, and I must get to Havana with speed.
Oh, that is a relief, sir. Havana is also my destination. Our ways lie together.
Natural allies, then.
You put me at ease, sir. To think I took you for a pirate when you first appeared.
Did you?
Yes. You have uncommon way of handling yourself. Quick and easy, if I may say. Gave me quite a fright. But all things considered, I think it's turned out to be a rather fortuitous day, hasn't it? Lacking a rowboat, I'm afraid we'll have to swim to my ship.
Hardly the worst thing to happen.
Oh, this business is difficult. I should have taken the coat off. It was no thanks to you lot that I'm back. You can thank Duncan here. Welcome aboard, Duncan. She's a modest schooner, but well suited to my purpose, trafficking cargo from my plantation and such.
She'll do fine.
If you are so inclined, you may steer her yourself. My helmsman and quartermaster were among those killed.
Ready yourselves, lads. The Spanish Navy hunts in packs, and wait for Havana.
Ahoy!
Has a good feel. We'll first strike to half sail to get ourselves moving.
Ah, there's a tug of the wind at my hair. I find a bracing comfort in the feel and smell of the ocean. The raw stink of possibility.
That's a top way of seeing it, mate. There's a strong wind now. Let's strike to full, shall we?
We've really opened it up now, haven't we? Ha ha! Oh, what a magnificent creature! You're a natural sailor, Duncan.
I did a decent trick at the helm some time ago. 2 years before the mast as a privateer.
Dash my buttons. Your life seems a grand one, if I may say. So full of adventure. How marvelous.
I've seen my share of strangeness, aye.
Lively Havana. I'd been here once before. It was a truly awful pleasure.
See someone you know?
No. Just putting on a friendly face. I shouldn't want to be mistaken for a pirate again.
Right. Flash rogue like yourself must be cautious.
Yeah. Mad to think Spain and England were at war 2 years ago, isn't it? Here I am, bartering with Spaniards like they were my cousins. Something wrong, Duncan?
No, it's nothing. Sand in my hampers. So where's the best squad in town? I'm dying for a quick kip. Or a siesta, should I say.
I'm just headed to a public house now to meet some merchants. I could show you the way.
Well, lead on.
I hope you'll tarry a bit while I conduct my meeting. It'd be a great relief to have a man of your stature nearby in case of a misunderstanding.
I can hang about. I might have a drink.
Splendid. A drink. Gracious. What a revolting sight.
They don't take kindly to pirates here, do they? Wonder how many stolen reals bought these men this purge.
Majadero impertinente y ganapan.
Hola, ladies.
You don't know these women, do you?
No, they charge money for that kind of privilege. Few dozen reals for every hour of knowing. Keen to meet them.
No, goodness no, I'm a married man.
Married men are their forte, mate.
I should acquire a blade for myself, Duncan, just as you have. Perhaps a small dagger would suit me. Oh, we'll be quite the pair, you and I. Twin devils.
Maybe I'll buy a sword too, and we'll both jump rank. Lend us a few reals, then. I did save your skin.
Of course.
Cheers.
What can I do for you?
That's a better fit for me. How do you fare?
I had only enough for a small knife, sadly. Still, it'll do in a pinch. Oh, puffer duff. I have led us astray, Duncan.
Oh, no matter. I'll get us a better view. What are we looking for?
A tavern with a sort of courtyard interior. My goodness, you're an agile chap.
Every finger's a fishhook. That's how you tell a true sailor.
Yes, a fine way to put it.
I think I see the place. We're not far.
No te resistas, Gordinflón!
Para! Para! Oh, he's brought me blind! No! Oh, I can't breathe.
I'm close at heel,
I think my heart
shitbird.
stopped.
Stop or I'll break your knees when I catch you. You robbed the wrong man, mate. A fellow with dangerous friends. That's a heavy purse, Mr. Bonnet.
Duncan! By Jove, you're alive!
Of course I am. That filch was no fuss.
Ah! Did you catch that rogue?
Aye. And I'll be buying the first round with the money I pulled off him.
Oh. Wonderful. First my ship, then my purse. It's twice you've saved me now, Duncan.
And don't forget your skin. I saved that too.
Yeah, thrice then. Very good.
Out of the way!
Oh, my word! Havana grows livelier all the time.
Each funster we meet makes me more impatient to drink. Come on.
Ah, this is the spot.
The sea has much to offer, but a popping tavern always draws me back to shore.
Hopping, yes. I would normally prefer to conduct my affairs somewhere quieter.
Take your time, I'll be just here.
Fancy meeting a Welshman deep in Dago country. I'm English myself. Biding my time till the next war calls me to service.
Lucky King George, having a piss pot like you flying his flag.
Oi! Skulk! I've seen your face before. You's mates with them pirates down in Nassau.
Shut your fucking gob or I'll fill it with shot, you hear me?
Edward, is it?
You bastard! Hey, I warned him. You want a dust up? I'll give you one. One more. Come on! You'll have to hit harder than that.
You're not leaving me.
I'll catch you up!
Perro inglés!
Look again, lobcocks. I've had all I can drink at present, lads. You go on without me.
Por favor, soy un hombre inocente y amable.
No puedo seguir a esta rata.
Hopefully, Steed wasn't pinched by those guards.
Keep an orderly line. There's no need to push.